Okay, guys, we are live.
Fantastic. All right. Turn up your mic, Zaro.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. There we go. We are live. So, are we ready to depart the Citadel? Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, welcome, Internet. Those of you disfortunate enough to wind up here. Standard shield, there's a book in the description. And there's probably music links as well if we've got all that right. We left our players.
Music isn't playing, by the way.
We left our players without the audio, so I've been listening to it by myself for a little while. The fight with the Penumbra left our warriors wounded and injured as they discovered a portal in the Citadel of St. Obel, in which they were able to interact with the entity himself for a brief period of time. In these few moments, there were certain revelations that may shake the very party to the core. As it stands, we now have some decisions to make. There are destinations from which they can choose, which may have different outcomes, but we will get to that. As it stands, the party has spent a couple of days. They're spending a couple of days resting and recuperating in the Citadel itself so that they can recover from these injuries and set out again fresh. So, over the course of the 9th and the 10th day of winter, as you are recovering from your injuries and preparing your equipment, scavenging, making sure you have weapons, making sure you have equipment for the next leg of the journey, is there anything you would like to be doing?
Yes. Because we've had a little bit of time in the Citadel, and I've just found that, well, allegedly St. Obel is my father. I'd like to look around and find any information about who he is, who he was, just obviously it's very confusing and completely unexpected, so just anything to try and put the pieces together.
Absolutely. Can you run me an intelligence check? An intelligence divine law check.
Okay. Tell you what, because this is quite important to me, I would probably switch to Wild Form for this.
Okay.
So does that make it a willpower divine law check?
Do you have arcane law with owl form? If we would switch to willpower, yes.
Divine law.
Divine law.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's a success. It's not great. It's a 17. But
Okay.
It's a success.
It's a very good thing you changed form. So you take on this large-eyed, lithe, kind of majestic, almost figure. As you change forms, is there a particular aesthetic that occurs as you shift?
I think the way you described it is quite good. Yeah. I think it's more like, it's less of an immediate visual effect, more of just the way I move. The
Absolutely.
Mannerisms resemble that of, well, an owl.
Fantastic. So as you are walking around the Citadel, you do find yourself in the chapel, which, funnily enough, is where Ilander has also found himself rifling through books and tomes, seeing what he too can scavenge. And while he's looking more at the run-of-the-mill, general theocratic information, you find yourself drawn to the artworks that kind of are faded now, a little bit fire damaged, that kind of go up the vaulted ceiling in this stonework building. And the bits and pieces that you can see show imagery of a dwarf, a half-scorn, a human, an elf, all fighting together, standing together You can't necessarily see what they're fighting. There's cracks and there's paint damage. There's fire damage to indicate this. But it seems that the centerpiece of this is that of these 4 figures, the half-scorn stands alone in what seems to be an aesthetic of the map or the globe. It's hard to tell. And above him are 3 bright stars.
So there are only 4 figures?
There are only 4 figures in the part that you can see.
And they were human, half-scorn, dwarf and elf?
Indeed.
Right. Okay. And the half-scorn was...
The half-scorn, yep, has remained on what seems to be kind of an artwork mosaic almost of maps that you've seen that are similar. It looks to be a representation or symbolic representation of the Silverwind coast. And on a 17, it is a success. This is kind of all you can get, but you are able to understand that this one, from his posture, 3 of the figures stand watch as stars, if that makes any sense. But this one has retained a physical form. He is vigilant.
Right. Okay. The human is one of the stars as well.
Indeed. Oh, sorry, did I say human? Sorry, halfling.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
Oh, I was about to say that confused me so much.
That's entirely me. That's entirely slip of the tongue there.
Yeah,
Sorry, it is the
okay.
halfling, not the human. Sorry. Yes, from what you can see, there is no full pure blood human figure. Yeah, but it took you a little while, Revik. On a 17, you're like, is that a human? It looks like it looks like a child. And you're like, oh no, it is a halfling. Okay. On a failed check, you would have thought it's a human.
Would it be possible?
You only notice it because of the hairy feet.
Exactly. Yeah, what it is, there's a head and then there's damage and a gap and then there's just feet because there's like missing sections of the artwork and it's just the hairiness of the feet. You're like, that's a really short human. Oh, isn't it? Indeed.
Okay. Are there any? Is there any text to go along with it, or is it just images?
Not left. There isn't any readable, legible text left. It's mostly imagery. Ilander, from your search that you were looking at through these, you do find one intact holy book, which does, just with a quick flick through, it seems to be embellished, a couple of short stories based on the lives of what appear to be, right at the beginning, there seems to be symbology that's similar to what you currently know as the Owlbear Enclave. But as you go further through the book, the artwork and the notion changes from this kind of owlbear aesthetic to a more kind of robust, sentinel, vigilant, almost serpentine. There seems to be a transition as it goes through.
Oh, from this owlbear iconography to a serpent.
It transitions. Like the owlbear is prominent early on, and it seems to change towards a more serpentine kind of symbology.
I'd like to go to Ilander as he's looking at this book.
It's like a small A6 book. It's like a very small. It's not a big illuminated one. It's kind of it's almost like a journal reproduction of a text with a bit of art.
Okay.
Art. What does the art look like?
It looks like owlbear iconography that moves to serpentine iconography, symbols and pictures.
No pictures.
Ilander.
Yes, Rabbit.
What's that you found?
No, it's just a small manual for those of a much holier creed. Because obviously this seems to be a chapel, and the Knights of St. Herbal seem to have started out as holy people. Evidently, this is connected to that.
I see.
It goes over history and stories. Well, of course, what others would call stories, which the more intellectual of us will understand as history. It's
Okay.
rather interesting.
Does it say anything about Saint Obel himself?
Jack, does it say anything about St. Obel?
You're muted, Jack.
You hear a voice come out of nowhere. No, as you're looking at this book, can you read? Can you roll a d20, please? Just roll a flat d20.
Is it divine law or arcane law?
It's neither.
Damn it. Oh, that's an actual one.
Okay, fantastic. So what specific information, was there specific information that you were looking for?
Just want to know about who he was personally and what, you know.
So he is
his personal life or specific things that he did, you know.
Right. So as you look into past events, there are conflicting accounts. Some say that he rallied hordes of scorn for the sake of the good of the world. Some say that he was present at a clash of titanic creatures. But the one thing that kind of seems to be the final end result that has solidified him as what is referenced as St. Obel is the fact that he stands watch over the coast. And he does not, he watches from, it's like the watcher from a distance. There are very few, well, there aren't any in the book kind of recorded instances of him existing other than, you know, the miraculous. And there seem to be certain almost fables or heroic tables. Oh yes, I was in need. I was, you know, that my house was on fire and St. Obel showed up. It's very hard to pass this kind of information. But it seems that he is not a like the common thread is that he's not a permanent entity. The songs kind of speak of him appearing when he's in need or when the coast is in need. And on a natural one, especially with your training, Ilandur, it does seem that the other main thread that tethers him to this realm story-wise is that he and the Book of Doors kind of share a through line across the coast.
What do you mean by that? They're linked.
It's hard to kind of, it's very kind of metaphorical, but it's almost as though he and the Book of Doors are kind of, are tethered. They are, it is a strange expression. You know, you get this idea of being tethered to the coast.
Wait, so, sorry. So St. Obel and the Book of Doors are tethered, or the Book of Doors and the coast are tethered?
No, all three seem to be interwoven together. Yeah, threefold cord, not easily broken.
The Holy Trinity, as it were.
What? But yeah, that's kind of what you get, and really from that you've exhausted most of what the book contains. It's not much more than like a minor liturgical collection of stories. There's
I'm keeping it for sure.
Oh, yeah, you can absolutely keep it for sure. But
does it have any Serpentine script in it?
It is all written in Low Agavon. Yeah, it seems to be that the idea. So Low Agavon is the common tongue of the western part of the coast. It seems to be that it was all meant to be disseminated, but to as many people as possible. And the lingua franca for this region is Low Agavon.
Cool. Are there any books in this library that do have Serpentine script?
It's not a library; it is a chapel. And this
That's
book
the one.
I found was it was basically protected from flames by a selection of other debris. Most of the tomes and books that were here are ash at this point. There's a lot of fire damage.
Cool. It's worth asking.
Absolutely. While this is going on, would anyone else? What would you be doing? Zaro, what would you be doing at this time while the others are checking the chapel?
I'm kind of going over what just happened with Saint Obel. The conversation between what the Albert Enclave was supposed to be and what it is now. Kind of like like what I've been raised on is wrong, in a
Right.
sense. I would like to go into the chapel as well and like, investigate these drawings as well. I have taken divine law. Like, if I
Okay.
can roll anything, like, but I have
So-
backgrounds ish.
So you want to go to the chapel as well? That's fine. Roll a perception divine law check.
That's a 5, quick success.
It doesn't seem, as you're specifically looking for Atreus, it doesn't seem that he's featured prominently amongst what's left of the imagery on the ceiling. As I mentioned, you see the same images of the halfling, the half-scorn, the elf, and the dwarf, 3 of which have now become stars, and the half-scorn seems to have a vigil over the Silverwind coast.
Even so, I
there
would
seems-
have heard about them as well through the
You
art.
absolutely are aware that these are the origins, or these are the original founders of what was the Enclave, the
Yeah.
Albert Enclave. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of information directly linked to Atreus that is left, or that you can see. Maybe there was, but it's been destroyed.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
that's fine. Even as Saint Opal said, was like even like him, Gabriel and Atreus worked to build a new, but this the little Saint.
Absolutely, and with that in mind, Gabriel is not fixtured here either.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of just a lot on my mind right now. But like I've been raised wrong, or not wrong, but
Are you staying and exploring the chapel, or are you passing through the chapel as part of what you're? Are you
passing
looking
through
through
the
this
chapel,
itself?
like
Okay,
um,
so
exploring like other parts, just like
you're just kind of wandering around. If you're just wandering around a little bit aimlessly, you don't really know. Can you roll me just a flat perception check, please?
that it. That's 2.
Fantastic. As you are wandering around, you don't really know where you're going. There's a lot of damage. A lot of places are broken. There are kind of old corpses, a lot of which have been burned, some of which are pseudo-skeletal. But as you wander through, there is a door that seems to be mostly intact. It seems to be a heavy, thick wooden door that has resisted a lot of the structural damage. And it is closed.
So let's try and open it.
Okay. As you approach the door, how are you trying to? Are you just taking the handle and opening it, yeah?
Maybe a quick look around the walls, see if there's any like devices, traps, locks, whatever.
Roll me a d20.
That's a 5.
As you look at the door, you actually look down to Jask, and he's kind of sniffing at it, and he's kind of cocking his head. He's looking at it a little bit strange. And as you go for the handle, you kind of feel that there's kind of a mechanism underneath the handle. It's almost like a trigger. So you know how there are brakes on a motorbike? It's like one of those to pull into. It's like a lever that pulls into the handle.
Is there another entrance? Maybe like from the roof?
It's not an entrance to anything particular. It's just a large, significant door that seems to have remained closed.
To a building or just like inside something?
It's inside. It's internal. It's
Okay,
an
okay.
internal door.
In that case, just go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
As you pull the trigger upwards, Jask sneezes, and the door opens. You see a large room which overlooks the coast with absolutely huge stained glass windows which have been smashed to oblivion. So the wind whips in and catches you. It's quite brisk. There is a large table, a large circular table in the center of the room with stone chairs sat around it, fixtured around it. There are 3 stone chairs.
I'm gonna call the attention of Ravik, Ilindor, and they have all of them. Like, let's go check this out. So,
Yeah, we'll absolutely come.
Fantastic. As you are all heading there, Tristan and Storble, are you also?
Yeah, I had that as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just head over.
Excellent. All right. As you head up to this room, Zara, have you entered the room and are looking around while you're waiting for them? Or are you waiting at the threshold of the door, or?
I would have entered. Curious.
Okay. You walk in and see an immaculate stone table, and though damaged and a little bit worn, it has retained the visage of what was put there.
Okay.
And this table gives you a full, beautifully painted rendition of the entire coast. And this is what you see wrapped around in a circular, almost like a stone map drawn into the table. And there are 3 chairs sat around it. Here, there seems to be a marker. Here, there seems to be a marker. And here, there seems to be a marker.
That first marker, does that look like it's the Citadel where we are right now?
The first marker here, because you can figure out West Point's there, you've traveled, you believe the first one to be the Citadel for sure.
Okay. So it's likely that these are the markers where there are, well, those circles that St. Obel appeared on, right?
I mean, as far as I was aware, there was no teleporters in the Enclave.
You get a marker here, a marker here, and a marker here. There are 3 markers.
Is
Are there around the room? Sorry, go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just wondering, is Tennyson still with us?
Tennyson is around. If you've called everyone, I mean, were any of you directly interacting with Tennyson, or were you leaving him to kind of?
I mean, I probably would have been speaking to him at the time, but
Yeah, I mean, if you've gone up, Storble, that's fine. Tennyson kind of joined. Yep, that's fine. He's welcome to have joined you. He's kind of lingering at the doorway. He's reticent to enter.
Tennyson,
Ravik.
you seem a bit, well, hesitant.
Are there bad
Is
memories?
everything
maybe?
okay?
Bad memories, maybe.
This is this room was always above my pay grade.
Well, I don't think that's quite the situation anymore.
Kind of nods, steps into the room, joins you around the table.
Do you know why these 3 specific places are marked? It seems that they are the Citadel we are in right now, the Enclave, as confirmed by Zaro, and also, well, the city and the Autumn Isle.
Well, I would imagine that this is where he kind of frowns for a second. Well, there is obviously something to find here. They seem to be deployment markers, indications of forces or troops. Obviously, there's no one left in the Citadel. Can you roll, as you're examining this more closely, Ravik? Can you roll? Can you roll a d20, please?
Yeah. That's a 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, you see what you've seen. It looks to be when I say there are markers, it's like small, mini cylindrical, almost like coins that have been placed on these 3 locations.
Right.
They're not the same coins that you've seen. They're not the large coins that have the imagery of the Citadel. They seem to be smaller, stone-like coins.
So you're saying this is where the forces of, well, the Knights of St. Obel garrisoned, were gathered?
Well, it sure looks something. It doesn't look like garrison reports. We didn't have forces that I was aware of inside the Enclave, and we certainly didn't have a strong presence in the Autumn Isles.
Well, I thought at first they could be, well, places where there are teleportation circles, like the one in which St. Obel appeared.
Well, there is absolutely one here. I don't know about the Enclave. Maybe in the Autumn Isles, but we haven't had contact with them for a long time.
If he was to be the protector of this coast, surely he would have needed, well, 3 teleportation circles? Shouldn't there have been more? I don't know.
As this is going on, Storble, can you roll a d20, please?
That's a 20.
Okay. There is a table in the middle of the room. It has a really pretty picture of it that looks like a map.
So sorry, where was the other?
So
You got.
I'll give it to you. Let's see if I can do a nice.
Because I've just drawn one, basically,
So-
like a bit of a mock one.
So there's one here, one here, one here.
Yeah, brilliant. I've got that one.
Have I seen this map before in like a dream?
Not that you are consciously aware of at this moment.
Okay.
Zaro,
She'll.
please roll a d20.
Do we think that it's a good time to start messing with his head?
Zara, you are examining the board while Ilinda is pondering brain surgery. Zaro, you're looking at these markers, and they are stone markers. They seem to be, well, on a 7, something seems strange about them. Something tactilely, something seemed, you're kind of clocking it. It's like, hang on a sec. There's something. You've seen military markers, and one of the most important things about military markers is that you can move them around the board to indicate where forces are. This place has been here for a long time. There's been tragedy, there's been turmoil, there's been all kinds of destruction. These markers are still here. They're the only markers on the board. Something niggles at you.
I go to move one.
Which one?
The Enclave.
You touch the marker, and your finger feels drawn to it, and it presses down into the desk.
Wait a sec, does anything happen?
No.
Interesting. Well, what if we all press them at the same time, maybe?
Who is pressing what marker?
I'll press the Autumn Isles marker.
Yeah, Ravi, keep
I'll
it.
press the Citadel one.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
As you press these 3 markers, the ceiling above you grinds slightly, and there is a circular arc of light. And from the ceiling, angled by sunlight from years past, there is... Oh, don't do that. There's a glimpse of light that appears here. And yeah, in fact, that is where the glimpse of light appears. Ooh. there is a beam of light that appears here.
Ah,
Is that the mountains where the dwarves are?
See, that's where the Dwarf Kingdom. Yes.
it seems that way. The place in which Saint Noble told us to go.
With a quill, he said.
Yes.
Oh.
While we're on that subject, how do you think we should proceed? Honestly, friends, I'm a bit torn. We've already diverted here, and our family and friends are on their way to Danander. If we detour further, and let me just say, this detour was a short one. That one's on the other side of the coast.
See.
As well, would it not be best to go there to acquire? Because ultimately we can make the journey, but it will take us some time. Whereas if we go to Danander, then we can acquire a ship, which will take us to the Enclave a lot quicker.
Oh yes, I suppose.
And then
I
from
suppose
there
that
it's a
would
short
make
journey.
sense. Yeah. I think that would be a wise course of action, and we can ensure that everyone is safe.
Quite.
And it will let them know that we're, well, alive.
See, but the question is, amigos, how much time do we have?
Well, an evil goddess has taken over my mother, so your guess is as good as mine.
So Noble did say that there would be others seeking this quill out, but surely they will have been seeking it before we even knew of it. I think the detour to Danander is a short one and a necessary one.
Yes. Hopefully if we find my father, we can acquire his ship and we go north. Alright, well, it's decided. Anything else of any interest in here?
Yeah, I look around like the room for like.
Yeah.
Other than this center table, it seems that each of the chairs has a divot in the back of it. One is circular, two seem to be flat. Almost like a slot.
How big is the circular one? I'll stick my finger in it.
Nothing happens.
Try your coin.
It's
I think the coin's gone, isn't it?
one of the coins has gone.
Oh, I've not got my coin anymore.
So one looks like a coin flat, and one looks like the length of one, and they are in the backrests of these three chairs. From opening at the top.
Do you think if they all had coins in, then something about this map would change or be revealed further?
I certainly hope so.
Well, it's a shame we have only one coin, but
This is where I'm looking around the room for more coins, like a chest, a little saber.
So Zara, you have fighter. Do any of you have combat classes? It's just Zara. Zara, can you just roll a d20 for me, please, as you're looking around?
Natural one.
what do you mean by combat class?
Natural one.
Natural one. Okay. It looks like the shape and size matches a scabbard rather than a coin.
Oh.
I'll pull out my sword. Does my sword fit?
Not in one of them, but in the other one, it seems to fit like a glove.
Does anything happen?
Well, what exactly are you doing?
Well, if it fits in like a glove, I'll put it in, and I'll see if I can.
Put it in and twist.
So, as you just put the sword all the way down. Okay. Okay. The sword enters and it seems to clasp and lock.
Hey, Tristan. Would you like to try putting the coin in?
I'll go up and try the coin. See if it fits.
Into which one?
I'm on the circular plot, no?
That's why he's just dropped his sword, is it not?
No, you put it in one of the slots, I believe. Whereas I think the coin seems to be approximately the size of the circular one.
It's not. The hole is. No, they are of different sizes.
Oh. Okay.
So it's not circular. The opening is circular. It's like a hollow tube that goes into the backrest.
Oh, like a
Put your
warhammer would
staff
go
down
in there.
it.
Perhaps.
Justin, your staff.
This.
I'll try my staff.
Okay. You take your staff and you put it inside. You have a staff that's sticking out of a chair.
And the last one is also a slot, did you say?
Yes, like a blade or a scabbard.
So who?
I don't have a blade.
Atreus. When we saw St. Obel, was he wielding a hammer?
He had a warhammer, yes, or a heavy mace or some kind of large, more bludgeoning weapon.
Any chance it would have fitted in that slot? I have a suspicion that
Go ahead.
these two blades, one for Atreus and one for
St. Obel.
no,
Gabriel.
Gabriel,
Yes.
yes, and the third is for St. Obel.
Okay.
Well, then it doesn't look like my staff's going to do any good. I take it out.
You can take your staff out, no problem, Tristan.
And I can't take mine out, I assume.
Ilander, you have just sword in the swords.
Oh dear.
So, as you interact with it, I will give you a roll. I need you to roll. What is your? Do you have divine law? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your intelligence modifier?
15.
So that's a +2. You have a. I need you to roll a D100. I need you to roll high.
Fair dues.
I
Go for
really
my
need
D.
you to roll high.
Go for my D100. D100 dice.
Right.
It's 84.
You had a 15% chance of being able to.
Well, so do I get +2?
So here's the thing: the 15, the +2, those two, 5%, 10%, and then you get another 5% for being trained in divine law. That was 15%.
Oh.
So,
I have divine law. Nice
I
system.
don't, but I'll try and
Nice system.
withdraw the...
so actually, sorry, hang on, Zara, are you taking that? What were you saying? You taking the help action?
Yeah.
Okay, the help action does give a +1. So, Ilander, you feel it start to budge. It's like the clamps are supposed to keep it there, but they're a bit old, and you reckon you've managed to get it at an angle. Zara, you head over, and the two of you manage to pull the blade back out. You don't think that it's supposed to come out once it's been slotted in until something has happened. And also, you don't know if you've just irreparably damaged the mechanism. But you're pretty sure that this sword goes in that chair. The sword itself is rabbit steel. It's fine.
So, essentially, we need the sword of Atreus and the hammer of St. Obel. very easy things to come across. I mean, this was pretty easy to find as well, so can't imagine it'll be too much of a struggle to find 2 legendary items. Very valuable
Indeed.
items in this world.
I mean, is this chair even enchanted? Can you just use regular weapons that are the same type?
Well, yours didn't get locked in, and it was
This ain't
about
a
the
hammer.
same. Yeah,
Yes,
well,
yes,
it's the
right
same
weight.
size. Right?
Kristen, as you're observing, can you roll a perception check, please?
I can do.
But I assume it's like a key if you have different.
2, not 2. Great success.
Okay. The writing that is specific, friend of a saint, that part of the inscription on Ilander's blade, you clocked as shimmering briefly as it was removed. The rest of the blade seemed fine, but that specific portion of text seemed to shimmer.
Right, so the chair is enchanted.
And we need another sword and hammer.
Preferably with the same
How
runes as
Are we going to get
that
that
sword.
out of nothing?
By the way, while all this is going on, Tennyson is just wincing in the corner as you're just doing this to the chairs. He's like, "Yeah, I'll keep you safe, but I can't stop them from doing that. Come on, Opal."
All right. Well,
So you've
I
never
don't
seen
think
how
there's
this works,
much.
amigo? The Tennyson.
What was that, Zero?
You've never seen how this worked?
I've only been in this room once or twice in my life. This is the the master's room, war room. Sarah, you were looking around earlier.
Yeah.
So, as you have this large circular table with this imagery, you have 3 chairs at triangular points. At intersecting points that are opposite to where the chairs are, outwards in the room, you see 3 tabards, and I need you to roll a d3, please.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
All 3 of them seem to be visibly intact for you to make out the motif of a unicorn, a quill, and a phoenix hanging from the wall, adjacent or where the chairs aren't, the tabards are.
Interesting.
And if I go up to these things on the wall, they're just
It is just cloth with a you kind of feel it's fabric. It seems to have lasted quite a while.
nothing behind them.
That's a good question. There is nothing behind them that you find, no.
No secret.
Question: do I get the? What do I think these stand for?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that this kind of links to the 3 that went to the stars. You're pretty sure they're representative. The structure as well seems to indicate these are tokens for those who are unable to be present. It's like, this table was built for 6, but only 3 were around, and these are the drinks that you've poured out for, lost comrades.
Can we take the tabards off the wall?
You can try. They are very old, but you can absolutely try.
Yeah, I think I want to do that.
Okay, all 3, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to need 3 individual sleight of hand checks, dexterity sleight of hand.
I rolled a 3, a 4, and an 8.
Okay. You managed to
great
quite
success.
carefully and nimbly unhang these tabards, which again, Tennyson seems to wince at you removing these tabards from the room and kind of rolling them up. He doesn't move to stop you, but he kind of, you can see he's kind of looking up and around as you do it.
He goes, well, when we greet them, we want them to know that we're fans of their work.
And we greet who?
Do you not remember what Herbal told us to go and find the Marthans
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we're going
And
to
I hold
talk
out
to
the,
him,
the
does
thing
it?
with a Marthin's thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we're going to talk to a Marthin, does it?
That would be pretty cool, though, wouldn't it?
I mean,
I mean,
don't
I have
know.
a theory. I'll bring it for good measure.
All right.
So,
Anyway, yeah,
Cool.
I don't think there's much left for us in this place. Should we make our way?
Is there anything in the walls? Start running my hands up the walls.
you can kind of brief that. A lot of this seems to be damaged. Anything that was kind of lootable seems to have been looted many years ago. There doesn't seem to be anything left. And with that, Tennyson kind of leaves the room, and you can hear him kind of heading down some steps. Sounds like he's prepping kind of foodstuffs and things as he descends.
After everyone, that's fine.
Zaro, do you do that?
I want to try it.
Okay. First roll a DDM for me.
That's fine.
Okay. You spend both of your
Yep.
points there. Okay. And what does it look like as you summon a weapon of darkness, Zaro? As you have been focusing and practicing and understanding the nature of the penumbra and seemingly
Shadow magic.
looking to understand some of their ways.
Kind of like, I'll just hold up my hands, and just like, darkness forms around my hands, and then it like forms into a sword.
Okay. As you do this, you place it inside the chair you believe to be of Artreus. You kind of try to match
Yeah.
it to that as best you can. Roll me d20, please, Zaro.
Come on, baby, come on, baby. I rolled a 2.
As you place it in, the room seems to go dark.
Oh no, you broke it.
And shadow seems to cover this portion of the map.
Is it still in there though? Is my blade still in there?
As the blade is in there, as you're holding it in there, you can feel it interacting with something, and the response from the table is that this portion of the map is shrouded in darkness.
Oh.
There's like a rolling black fog over this portion of the map.
Well, what
It
happens
doesn't
if you
look-
put a sword of light in there?
Or if I try and cover the other parts of the map, would it leave one bit remaining?
You have no control over where this shadow is. You are observing a response.
What if you
What
made
Yeah.
a shadow weapon for the third seat, the Saint
Yeah.
Ogle seat?
Saint Noble Sea, like a warhammer.
Yeah, if you did that, can you do that?
I can, but it's one item at a time. I think.
And you've just spent both of your points
Yeah.
on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yes, just being able to do this at level 3,
Yep.
you spend both of your points doing it.
Is this the other slot that Ilinda put in?
So this is the blade slot. This is the sword.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
So
Reyes'
Linda,
sword.
if you put in your sword, what happens?
Are you going to put the sword back in?
don't want to lose it again is the question.
I mean,
Um,
you now know the odds.
As well, I'm thinking I pull out my holy symbol. Now, as I look at my this holy symbol that I've just got,
Yeah.
of St. Ogle,
Yeah.
looking at it, if I blew up the proportions, does it look like it would go in this chair?
It looks to be, well, it's 2D. So it's kind of like Thor's hammer, it's flat. but it does look to be similar to the maul. It looks to be like a stylistic representation of the weapon that you saw on St. Obel's back.
Okay. What I'm saying is, from this, could he try and recreate that hammer?
I mean, who? Zaro?
Yeah.
I think, well, Zaro?
What, from the gym?
He can recreate a shadow version of the hammer, but he can only do one weapon at a time, and he's just spent all of his energy making this one.
Well, I have 1 point left. I can't really use it because I used 2 points.
How do you have 1 point left?
3.
You only have 2.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's a
Alright.
pain.
Well, at least we saw that. I'm assuming it will react differently depending on how many are in as well. Because there wasn't an immediate change when Ilinda put the sword in, right?
No, there wasn't. When Ilinda put the sword in, there was a notion of anticipation, of waiting, of expectation.
Oh. Yes, I don't think that would work anyway. I feel like the reason it's gone dark is whatever our friend Zaro is messing with, I don't think the table likes it. And so by him putting that in, it's deliberately shrouded, almost like protecting itself.
So, Zaro, the way that so all of you have been kind of training for a little while, discovering certain new abilities as you gain unique features. Zaro, one of the things that you've been doing is observing intently, based on your capacity to hunt, to fight humanoids, particularly in urban environments. You've seen that the best people, the most competent people that you've found to do this seem to be these shadow agents, and you've been trying to tap into what makes them tick. Zaro, you are tapping into penumbra shadow.
But that's why
That is what is currently, so the shadow of the penumbra is interacting with the table, and this is the response.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
It doesn't like it.
I'll deactivate it then.
So here's the thing, the fog cloud roils and moves, but it never expands above this area.
I wonder why they only wanted to protect the south. Well, unless anyone else wants to put weapons in chairs, are we done here?
I think so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to prepare to move on.
So as you spend kind of the rest of your time continuing and resting up, I'll allow you to recover anything that you've spent to do this particular action. I'll allow you to recover as part of the rest action, as this was happening during the interaction and the recovery. But as you kind of spend some time, you get to the 10th day of winter after this day of rest. You've managed to acquire some rations and equipment. And am I correct in thinking you are setting out towards the city of Danander?
I think so.
That's the plan.
Okay, fantastic. Dristan, can you roll me an intelligence wilderness lore check, please?
I can, and that's I get advantage. That's a 2.
Okay. So you, understanding the innate nature of the wilderness, the nature of nature, you immediately find a good path, and you know it's going to take a few days, almost a week potentially, to get from down under. If you're kind of calculating from where you are, 3 days this way, 3 days that way, you're expecting about 6 days of travel. Because you know this area so well, you're able to find nooks, crannies, areas to camp. You're able to find good trails. So for those 6 days, rather than needing to check and constantly be on the watch and on the lookout so carefully, Dristan, you can mitigate a lot of that into a single roll. So I would like you, please, Dristan, to roll a d20.
Time for Tennyson to die.
Before we set off,
But
As the rest of you are kind of leaving Zaro, you're lingering at the Citadel.
what? I wanted to be do a little, not prayer, but in the teleportation circle, just speak to it's all cool. I've Trace and Gabriel. I've grown up I've been misguided this whole time, and now come to the realization of what you truly stand for. I'm behind it. I'll do all that I can to rebuild as best I can what you have started, what's been lost. I can't just head out.
Okay. Over the course of these days of adventuring, Dristan, what did you roll?
rolled a 6.
You make very good time. Over the course of the next few days, you find this to be much easier than traveling through the forest. The plains are broad and you can see for a long distance. However, after a few days of travel, in the far distance, Dristan, you can see the Great Bridge west of the city of Danander. But the city itself is structured on both sides of the river, a large river that runs east to west. But to the west of the city is the Great Bridge, where the bulk of traffic and movement goes before entering the city on the south side, as is tradition. Because Danander is officially part of the south. It's a long, long way back that we've been doing things like this. As you see this large, almost crystalline, beautifully sculpted bridge, huge bridge, can you all roll a perception check, please?
11
Success.
There's a 1.
Wow,
Success.
Success.
Storble, you get a flash in your mind of a sensation of trepidation. And as you're all looking at this bridge, you can all see figures on it, which is normal. People crossing the bridge, which is absolutely normal. But Storble, you observe that under the bridge, there is a vessel. Almost this large bridge allows even for the height of galleons to pass under it. It's a huge bridge. And to one side, it seems that there is a vessel moored and docked underneath the bridge itself. And as you look, Storble, the people that are crossing this bridge are not going anywhere. In fact, they're crossing one way and then crossing the other way. And you can't even count that high. The rest of you can see maybe 40 people. Storble, there is a scorn underneath the bridge, and it has taken control of the Great Bridge of Danander. The rest of you, as I say, you count at least 80 sworn soldiers manning and blockading this bridge.
Was this outside?
This is a few miles to the west of the city of Danander. You can continue past it, or you can look to cross at another location. Or you can fight your way through it, but this is what you see, a large number.
So is there any question? Is there any chance I could fly people over it?
Are you? Yeah, you can look for a place to cross. That's not a problem.
Like how far is it?
How far is what? Sorry, what?
So where are we crossing? I'm so sorry. I'm a bit confused.
Sorry. So a few miles to the west of Danander, there is the Great Bridge. Okay, a few miles to the west. So you would cross the bridge and then finish your journey heading east. Okay. You are on the north side. You need to get to the south side to go east. You're heading southeast, okay? Let me see if I can-
So is it a river that's going through the middle then?
It's a river, yeah. So oh no.
So can I
Oh,
cross? Because I can fly. So can I cross the river?
Yeah. So So you guys are currently kind of here,
Yeah.
and you're heading in this direction. This bridge is just a few miles west of the city itself, and you can see at a great distance, on a natural one from Storble, that the bridge seemed to be being blockaded and occupied.
So it's just outside the city.
It's
I
a
thought
few
it was-
miles west. It's a few miles west. It's very near the city.
Right.
But what I'm
okay.
saying is, if we go directly south, can we cross the river?
Yes, you can look for another place to cross for sure.
But it looks
mean-
like it's a pretty wide river.
You can look for somewhere to cross. Absolutely.
Tristan, do you know if there's any other ways to cross?
Can I fly over it?
I mean, you can fly over it. You're still a few miles away. You're kind of here. You're a good few miles away. You can divert south to cross elsewhere.
Yeah.
But you would be looking for somewhere. You would need to find somewhere to cross. You can fly over it. You can cross anywhere, but you'd need to get to the river to cross the river.
Do I
Yeah.
know of any other bridge besides the Great Bridge?
There are bridges in the city itself, but the Great Bridge is the primary source of transportation, of crossing the river itself.
Hey, Tristan, do you not know of any, I don't know,
Secret.
nefarious groups who maybe would find other ways of getting across the river? Smugglers, that kind of thing?
What kind of order do you think I'm in?
Look,
As you respond like that, Tristan,
You remember there is one.
well, you do. So you've said this. You are aware of entities to the south of you. Can you roll me a d20, please, Tristan?
At 20.
You have no idea where they are. You'd have to go looking for them. But
Can I use a reroll?
you can use a reroll if you want.
You do have a tracker here, you know that, right?
What are you tracking?
Whatever he's describing.
How do you track a description?
Which way?
Here, boy, it smells like cinnamon.
The reroll is a 3.
Fantastic. Here. Just the other side of the desert. You are very aware, Tristan, that there is an offshoot order of monks. Specifically a monk by the name of Varyn. Varyn.
alright, then maybe that's our way, but either
Honestly,
way,
I will give you as well. Sorry, Ravik. On a 3 as well, Tristan. Let me also give you that you personally do not know Varyn well. You've met him maybe once, very briefly. He is a monk of the order of, the Druidic monks, focusing primarily on the element of water. And your master has never spoken very much nor very well of him. But other than that, you know little.
Do I know the
Sorry,
order's
Ravik.
name?
He's part of the Druidic order.
No.
But he's like an offshoot branch that seems to focus on water itself.
He's part of the
Um,
water tribe.
hang on just.
What?
What did you just say about what kind of order you're a part of? Anyways, let's not get caught up on that.
That's such a great response.
Does it not worry anyone else that the Scorn are already here? And if they're outside the city in such number, could they not be inside the city? Or are they sieging the city? We don't know. This isn't good.
No, you're quite right. I fully agree. But ultimately, until we get there, we know nothing, do we? I mean, we can go and attack. I'm more than happy to attack the Scorn. I mean, you know.
Let's get
Six
Dirty
verse.
let's get to the
6
city.
versus 100. I don't like those odds.
Oh yes, but I think you forget. We are on the side of righteousness and justice. We shall prevail.
I do respect your optimism. No. Can I scan, like, I know we're still quite a ways away, but is there any sign of another vessel approaching or already having arrived?
I was gonna ask.
From where you are on the river, it does not look like there is another vessel traveling the river.
And there's not another one already there or anything like that.
Well, there's you can't see past the bridge into the city itself. You can't see to the city docks. You're still a good few miles away. As it stands, there's no. If you're looking for the caravel does not seem to be traveling the river at this time that you can see.
All right then. Okay. So to this Varin then.
Brilliant. Lead the way.
Excellent. You head south. As you head south, you travel for a fair little while. You find yourselves approaching what seems to be a rushing part of the river. It looks to be quite wide, between 30 to 80 feet at various points. As you approach the river, you can actually see a series of rocks. And this, Tristan, is what you've been looking for. There are a collection of rocks, large stones sticking from the water that seem to block passage. So how the other boat got past seems interesting. And on those rocks, there are figures in robes. You can see at a distance moving, standing as the water rushes past them. And as you gaze further, in the center of the water, there is a monk sitting as though he were a rock, and the water rushes around and past him.
We walking up to him?
I don't know. I'm happy. What you can see. This is what you've got.
No, yeah, absolutely. I'm saying to the group.
Fantastic.
Are we commencing?
This
Tristan?
is Tristan's order, right? So maybe
Exactly.
you should take the lead, friend.
Can
Exactly.
you do that as well? I'd love to see you do that.
Are you approaching the water? Is that what we're doing?
See.
Okay, so as you approach, none of the monks seem to respond. These ones are sitting on the rocks, kind of flowing with their arms as the water rushes past them. You recognize, Tristan, that Varin himself seems to be sitting in the water, floating half in, half out, but the water seems to rush almost around and past him as it thunders down. This seems to be almost a heavy running portion of the river. And you can also see that these rocks are quite large and solid, and they seem, other than for smaller, more nimble craft, to be blocking the passage towards Danander.
They realized they messed up, so they're trying to. Okay.
What's your tongue, Northerner? You hear a whisper, Zaro.
So you can hear me, amigo.
We hear many things.
Didn't hear that boat. Yeah.
Is that how we're starting this?
No.
Darrow.
No.
I look at Zaro. Are you okay? You started talking to yourself again.
You see, Zara, can you roll a perception check, please?
9.
You kind of look around and you take a couple of steps back as small tendrils from the river itself seem to just be slowly and gently reaching for your feet.
Mika, we're not hostile.
Zaro, maybe allow Tristan here to speak.
You should take the advice of the tall, ugly one.
Hey. I take another step back.
Yeah, fine. Take another step back. You're kind of next to Illinder now, and he's like, oh, what are you doing?
Are you okay there? You've started talking to yourself again. Should we be worried?
No, it's the monks.
What monks?
Monks in the water.
Do
Yeah,
not see
Illinder's
them?
gone blind.
They're right in front of us.
There are monks on the rocks in the river. Tristan.
Yes, but what monks are you talking to? Are they next to us? They're behind us?
That one.
So while Illinder and Zaro
What are you doing?
What
are you doing? I'm so confused.
Tristan's just kind of standing there while Illinder and Zaro are having, like, as I say, this collective psychotic break. Tristan.
Okay. Well then, I'm gonna go up to the water's edge and sit down with the legs crossed.
Okay.
I call out to them in Sabaric.
Okay.
Hello there.
G'day.
We seek means of passage.
Means of passage. Interesting. You wish to cross the river?
Yes, but after some unfortunate events, we can't seem to use the main bridge.
What's wrong with the main bridge?
I don't know, someone let a boat through and then...
Zaro.
Quite a lot of people who don't like us are trying to not let us pass. These people are what you call not good people, and most of them are murderers.
Who would let murderers onto the bridge?
Shut up, Zaro. Well, not a clue. What do you seem to be doing here then?
We're exploring the waters, as we frequently do. Understanding that which makes us strong. Seeking balance, as all of the Order must.
I take it you're not guardsmen.
No, Tristan. We're monks of the Order. We serve from down under. We watched these waters.
So then you saw the boat go past, filled with scorn.
We have jurisdiction to observe that which we want to observe. And it sounds like, and he hasn't moved, by the way, he's still kind of closed his eyes, sitting in the river, and you're kind of speaking, he's speaking out. There seems to be kind of, the water itself seems to be transmitting these messages. It seems that you want us to ignore 6 wanted individuals crossing the river. that can be arranged.
I mean, technically 5 because I can just fly.
Your friend should pipe down before we clip his wings.
Well, did I hear any of that?
So they're speaking in Sabaric, which is the druidic tongue of the desert. So
No.
yeah, it's no. You kind of said it. As you said it, a particularly large and angry-looking wave kind of flowed over to Dristan, and Dristan seemed to receive a communication.
I kind of turn back and speak in low Agavon. Just, guys, need to stop antagonizing them, please.
Whisper on the wind, and you should listen to your friend.
How are we antagonizing them? I'm so confused.
I think what Justin is trying to say, Linda, is maybe we should all keep our mouths shut for the time being.
Well, I mean, this is awfully. I mean, they seem to be taking their time. Come on, just
Like a
are they gonna
pebble
let
at
Scross
Ilandar's
or not?
face.
You're a pebble at Ilander. Roll a d20, Justin.
It's an 18.
Okay. Ilander. A pebble
That
bounces
is
off
just
your
my armor class.
it bounces off your head and you're like, ow, what was that? As Tristan throws a pebble at you.
There was no need for that.
Linda, who are you talking to?
What?
Who are you talking to?
Well, Dristan, he just threw a pebble in my face.
Oh, okay.
I turn back to Baron.
They're not going to make it very far, are they?
No, not really. But as you can see, it's only it's only I who has returned from my journey with my master.
Indeed. What happened to Adrian?
He was caught in an explosion by a bounty hunter who was sent after us. Say bounty hunter, it was more of a suit of armor.
Evading the law, was he? Adrian always was one for a little bit of chaos.
Well, the laws change when evil gets power.
Oh, that's a strong word to use there, Tristan. Evil. It's a little bit black and white, isn't it? There's only balance. Good and evil, they're just constructs within the universe we live in, subsidiaries to the flow of energy and life.
Sorry, just quickly, which way is the water flowing?
So it is flowing east to west.
Flying out to the sea, innit?
Yeah.
So it's keeping everyone else out.
The water flows towards the sea. If you want to go to down under, you have to go against the current. If you want to go towards the ocean, you go with the current. Let's get down to brass tacks, Tristan. We can facilitate you coming across our waters, but we're going to want something in return.
And what would that be?
Well, here's the thing. You've all got bounties. So it's very much in our interests to turn you in.
Who's got a bounty out on us?
You didn't hear
Sorry.
that, Ilinda, but you just say that to the wind, and you hear lucky guess, elf man.
I'm very good with languages.
Indeed, you're kind of picking up a little bit. Funnily enough, can you roll a charisma check, please, Storble?
Me?
Yeah, Storble, can you roll a charisma check, please?
Good job, it's not me.
Well, I believe Storble, you have the ability to.
Oh,
Yeah, I do have the bardic knowledge.
Yeah, so I believe Storble, you need to actually roll a
Yes.
charisma check.
On my charisma, 18.
So you actually are able to understand bits and pieces, and they're talking about bounties and money, and it gets to the point where you hear 500 florins. Each.
500.
Each.
Tristan, what is this man on about?
He's asking for payment for us to cross.
We accept goods, monies, but we want 500 florins each. For each man with a bounty, that's what we've been offered. So if you want to top it, that's what you're going to need to give. I'll give you a couple of moments to explain to your friends over there, Tristan.
Oh, good. So you belong to an order of thieves. And bandits.
So much for
Tristan,
fun.
have you
Honourable.
explained?
Yeah, I'll explain that he just wants payment for us to cross.
Well, should we go? And we can cross somewhere else. And I mean, I'm sure we can do it. Like I said, I can try and fly you across. Hopefully. And
think you could
Storble looks
carry
like a
me,
strong lad. I feel like Storble and Ravik will be absolutely fine. Swim in the tide. Strong lads.
Oh, hold on, I'll give it a go.
Don't do that.
How much rope do we have?
A lot.
Fantastic.
I have some
Absolutely
rope.
fantastic. So, yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's not pay these guys. Yes.
These
We don't
guys
even have
still
the
know
money.
we're here, though.
No one will just leave.
But if they're after the money, then they know we're here.
Amigo, let's just slowly back away.
They have
Yes.
just told you, Tristan and Storble, that you have a bounty collectively of 3,000 florins. And the reason they were asking you to pay them was instead of them collecting the bounty. As you begin to start taking steps away, Ilander and Zaro,
Well, I mean, we don't have that money, so it's not even
no,
possible.
I know. As you begin walking away, all three of the monks on the rocks stand and turn, hands together, facing you. Baron has not moved.
My bow's in my hand now.
Sorry, Zara, your bow's in your hand.
Yeah. Just,
You all hear across the wind. I'm afraid this is a one-time offer.
Well, we don't have the money.
Well, other benefactors do, and we intend to collect.
When did you start working for benefactors and not for peace? For balance of all things.
When has gold not brought peace? Balance can be met in many ways, Tristan.
Literally all the time.
Like, right
the
now.
most money
Like
is
right
made
now.
from war. War is the least peaceful thing.
Baron isn't as wise as Adrian. he's got a little bit more of the old gold lust going on.
Do you deal only in gold? How about information? Favors? These things could be more valuable than gold.
No, let's just go. Let's just go. And I start walking away.
Ilander, you start walking away. Ravik, did you stay where you are? Are you approaching the water? Are you?
I just stay where I am and I say what I said.
You hear a voice kind of in the wind. Can you roll a charisma check, please, Ravik?
Can I
Oh.
try and stealthily cast magic weapon?
Hold on 1 second.
I'm very proud of the fact that I always do it before the fight breaks out.
Well, this is what we'll see.
Sorry, 1 sec. There we go. Where am I?
Yeah, just a charisma check, please, Ravik.
Sure. That's an 8, which is a success.
I need you to re-roll. He rolled an 8.
Oh, okay. That's a 6, which is a great success.
You hear the wind kind of, it's almost like the sound of pensive thinking. And then a single word in all of your ears, carried by the air. No. And I need everyone to roll initiative. Ilander, can you roll me? I'm going to make this really simple because you said it, but you were doing other things and other things were happening. Can you just roll me a D2, okay? And tell me what you got. 1 or 2?
A 2.
Okay, fantastic. You are able to cast magic weapon before the combat begins. Your DDM increases by 1 because it's a cleric spell. Can everyone please roll initiative?
I
Wow,
failed.
that's probably the best I've ever rolled in initiative. I rolled a 2.
Same.
Oh, nice. Okay. So,
3.
Oh, foul.
great successes, first of all.
Yep.
Okay. Who would like to act first? Anyone who has a great success, you have an opportunity to act.
Can we coordinate? Is it just me and Justin?
I believe it's. Did Ilan, do you not roll a great success?
Yeah, 3.
So
Okay,
the
okay,
three of
okay,
you
the three of us.
coordinate. Yes.
I'm still in owl form, so I've got an idea. Don't know if you guys have an inkling of what I'm talking about, but
Definitely not.
Something to do with perception.
No.
that's where my mind went. He's an owl. It's
That's-
something to do with perception.
That would be the wolf.
What's the owl do?
Willpower. And other things.
Cool.
Oh, should I do it? I don't
I think
know
you should.
what you. Okay, that's enough for me. Varen's sat in the water, right? I'm gonna channel lightning on him
Brilliant.
Nice.
from
Fantastic.
the clouds above.
Well, as you're channeling into water, I was going to say you can have the D8s anyway,
Cool.
because you're using water. But yes, so do you
Well, in
move
that
before you
case-
cast Ravic, or do you?
In that case, could I move like diagonally upwards so I'm in the path of both Monk 1 and Varen? And if it's D8s anyway, could I do it as a line?
Well, this is the thing. What I was saying is, if you target the water, Varen in the water, you can get the D8s. The other monk is on the boulder.
But would it not still hit Varen
It
while
would
it
be
was in the
it would
water?
it would be D6s on monk 1, D8s on Varen.
Tristan
Yeah,
uses splash.
great.
Wasn't very effective.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do then. Cool.
Okay, fantastic.
Do you want me to use
So
splash?
I think they. Oh wait, check. Let me just get it up.
Rabbit, genuine question. Do you want me to use splash?
I mean, yeah. If you could, actually, you know what? That's a really good idea. If you do that on Monk 1, then that would work pretty nicely.
So, Tristan, you're going to flash them.
So hold on, Ravik, you have already moved, so I'm taking it as your action because you've moved.
Okay.
Would I have not
Um,
moved simultaneous to Justin's action because we've both got great successes?
No, I'm afraid.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I mean, I can put you back. Where were you? You were here, weren't you? If
I mean-
if Tristan wants to go first, I'll allow a little mini retcon. If Tristan, you want to go first, I'll allow it.
All right.
Wait. Yeah. So I'm going to use my water ability,
Okay.
Bloodbound.
Okay. And what needs to happen here?
What I've written down is range 100 feet, duration 2d6 rounds. This magical compulsion targets a humanoid within a 15-foot radius who is instantly held rigid and unable to move. A luck strength save resists.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Who are you targeting?
Monk 1.
Monk 1. Okay, fantastic.
I think I need to do a DDM check since this is not my druid ability.
DDM, yes, please roll DDM.
That's a 1.
That's a 1.
That's a
Oh,
1.
So here's the thing. Two things happen here. First of all, you lock onto him and you begin channeling the water in his blood. You've just tried to out water play a water monk.
Yeah.
And you feel him channel. You feel him channel strength of 1. And you are locking and pulling at his muscles even as he seems to begin to respond. It's not his turn, but he seems to be beginning to respond. your water abilities don't seem to match. You know, these are water monks that you've just targeted with water abilities.
Yep.
At the same time as that, I need you to roll a D100, please, because you've just rolled DDM. With a it wasn't a druidic one, so it's not going to be a divine rebuke or anything.
I think it's just a regular one. Because it's arcane elementalist, isn't it?
Absolutely. Please roll me a D100.
A 9? Okay, 9.
It's not quite 100, is it?
No, it's not. It looked like a 2.
Okay. This kind of explains it as well. You roll tenuous connection. Your luck is reduced by 1 for triggering DDM. You feel that even as you channel this, something seems to be off. The balance is not right. The strength of your ability seems to weaken even as you channel it. DDM seems to have weakened your ability beyond what was going on. Okay. As that's going on, you're going to channel this. Monk One's going to try and respond. But first of all, Varin is going to see what's happening. And he is going to... He's going to stop. He can do that. He melds into the water of the river. And apparates in front of you, coming out of the water. Tristan, what is your armor class?
Yay! 13.
Okay.
That's really helpful, actually.
Excellent.
+1 as well for 14.
Okay, he rolls a dirty 20.
That's fine.
For his first attack. He rolls a natural 19 for his second attack.
Yay.
So, oh boy, it's 13. How many hit points do you have?
24.
That's 17 points of damage. And you have been caught by him, and you feel in a physical way, but are augmented by the same blood binding that you've used. He is grappling you now, Tristan. You are grappled. Ilander and Ravik, either of you may react now.
So is Varin physically touching Dristan?
He is physically touching Dristan. He is, in fact, he's wrapped almost around Dristan in some kind of monk grapple.
Would that mean that?
Do you want me to go first to see if I can get him off him?
Sure. You can. Yeah. Okay. But he will have another action between our turns anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it might be that he's able to drop him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to fly right up to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Which gives me +1 to my attack.
Yes.
And I gain the Rogue Skirmisher ability. Does that mean... Oh, is that to do with leaving
Well,
combat?
that means you can attack and then leave. But you've used your movement anyway, but you can attack
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll attack him.
Okay. So, and you have a +1. Well, no, you don't have a +1 because you're not flanking technically. So it's just a...
Yeah, I just get a +1 for my thingy anyway.
Yep.
Don't matter. Natural 20.
Nice.
How much damage do you do on a natural 20?
I do... Well, so base, I do 8 plus my dex, which is 4, which is 12, plus... What do we get? Is it 1 still?
Half level 1. Yeah.
Tristan.
Yeah. And I get to roll again, don't I? Because it's max.
You hear a whisper in your ear, Tristan. Fork the river.
Oh damn.
Ilander, how much of this horrendous damage do you do?
Luckily, only 19.
Okay. You're fighting a monk that has grappled an ally. He uses the ability Fork the River. Dristan is at 0 hit points. He has turned on a dime, and you have just attacked Dristan with a natural 20.
Can't I? Am I muted?
Go on. What have you got, Dristan? What have you got? What have you got? Have you got shield? Have you got? What have you got?
Can I not also use Fork the River?
You can't fork the river because you weren't the one attacked, but you do have another elementalist ability.
I do.
Do something.
I do.
Which you can use. I know, Ilander. That's what's so great about this. Monk stuff, mate. Monk stuff.
Well, it's not just that. It's the gargoyle as well. So every time I attack something, I end up hurting my own party.
It's almost like there has to be like combat. Yeah, I know. Ilander's like so powerful and so inadvertently attacking his own team.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I am very sorry, but it is very satisfying to direct to like. Sorry, Dristan.
Can I use it as a reaction?
Absolutely. Roll a DDM check for me. Don't roll a 1.
Roll a 1. That's a 6. That's fine.
Your DDM increases to 2. What does it look like when you channel the energy of Earth, Dristan, in this way?
Almost like a rock suit of armor spreading to where he was about to hit me.
So as you swing Ilander, you see Dristan towards you, and in the slow motion, he's looking at this sword approaching him, and you see the clothing on him begin to solidify and turn to granite as your sword bounces off harmlessly as Dristan resists your attack. I'm going to count that because technically that was his off-turn action. I will allow that as a reaction. Ravik, it is your turn.
Right.
He used his off-turn action to trigger his monk ability.
Is he
It
still
lasts 10
grappling
hours.
it?
He is still grappling Dristan. That hasn't changed.
Do I suspect that if I channel lightning into him, then it would also affect Tristan?
I mean, at this point, you're probably going to get Ilander as well. it's a very,
I think it's on a single target, though.
It's
if
true.
I do it from the cloud.
I mean, you can roll a check if you want, but Tristan's just taken a big hit, and it's not.
Yeah, the fact that he's physically grappling him, I'm not going to do that. All right, let me just have a quick look.
Have they swapped places, by the way, Tristan and Baron?
Would be yes, wouldn't it?
It was more of a rotate and
just
then
like
rotate back.
Sure,
It was like
okay.
going, yeah. It was like he grabbed you and then pulled you into the way and then like returned you back to where you were, rather than a full swap.
All good. Okay.
Varin is very much staying in the water.
Oh, yeah. I could do that instead.
What you got for us, Ravik?
Forgot about this one. I think I might try this. Let me just get it up so I know what exactly I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm familiar. Oh. No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind.
Okay.
For now, I'm just going to stay where I am, and I'm going to stay in L form, but I'm going to get out the sniper. I'm going to take a shot at Monk 1.
Monk 1. Okay, fine.
In fact, should I just... Yeah, no, Monk 1.
Monk 1. Okay, fantastic. Roll to hit.
17.
17's a fantastic hit. Roll me some damage, please.
Okay.
In fact,
Right.
you just shot at a monk. I'm going to just check something really quick. Yeah. You fire the weapon. Moon, shield, sun. You see this monk standing, not moving. His hand shaking as inches from his face, he holds a lead ball and throws it into the river. That I am correct in saying that was a non-magical attack.
I suppose so. It's not magic.
Okay.
Unless it's a magical ball bearing or whatever it is, bullet.
Okay.
I just happened to pick up a magical set of bullets in the Citadel, right?
Right. What? You got just like
Right?
a whole...
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Good news, bad news. 10,
But
15.
I'll use my movement to reload anyway.
Okay. So Monk 2, that's fine. You can use your movement to reload. Monk 1's going to do that. Monk 2 is going to do that. So each of them are jumping. Oh, sorry. Were there any successes first? No, I thought not. Okay. So Monk 1 jumps next to Storble. Monk 2 and Monk 3. They're going to use that ability to start closing the distance. Storble, what is your armor class?
19.
Okay. One misses. One just by the skin of his teeth hits. You take 6 hit points of damage, Storble, as one punch kind of hits you in the chest and you're not sure what's going on. And as you look down, it kind of goes up and into your nose. And your head jerks back. Varin is going to see Dristan, he's going to see Illandur. And he's going to say, let's make this interesting. And he is going to pull you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 into the center of the river. Please roll a contested strength check, Dristan.
As he's leaving combat with me, do I get an attack of opportunity on him?
Do you want one? You can have one.
No.
Have one.
But he is pulling you into the center of the river, Dristan.
Is he dragging me under?
Well, kind of.
Okay, I rolled an 8. My strength is 15.
Okay, he rolled slightly. You're going to start your next round with your face underneath the water.
That's fine. Okay.
Okay. Which means we move all the way round to Storble and Zaro and Tennyson.
I think I know what I'll do.
Go on, Storble.
I'll look over to Varin and Dristan. Seeing Dristan's head underwater. I'm not having that.
Okay.
I just start shouting at Varin. Real like mocking, saying he's a wuss. Like he just got a bit of water. Like
that is a free action. You have a response, Dristan. That modifier. He beat you by 2. That -3 modifier as a reaction.
This is something else.
Oh, this is something else. Oh, this isn't
He's too far away. I can't use that.
Oh no. Okay, fair enough. You begin mocking. Fine.
I'm using during buffoonery.
Okay. Fantastic. During.
So I have to make a charisma check.
Please make a charisma check.
That is a success.
As that happens, Varin locks eyes on you, Storble, from all the way away. Dristan, you are dropped. You're let flow into the water, and you kind of immediately begin falling and swimming. Storble, do you take any movement?
Left 1. So left 2. Oh, I don't want to.
You get an opportunity attack.
Yeah. Down 1, and I'll stay there.
Okay. So Dristan, you can take an attack of opportunity, but that will affect your swim check, or you can focus on swimming. What would you like? You could go for Varin, but you basically
the attack of opportunity.
Fantastic. Please roll to hit a disadvantage. Oh no, you can roll to hit straight. Sorry, roll to hit.
It's a 15 plus 2.
Fantastic. He's going to burn a point of Moon Shield Sun. You're going to attack. Going to block. You're burning through them though. It doesn't have an infinite number.
Hang on, I thought that was with my staff. Moon
Yeah.
Shield Sun is for projectiles, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're correct. You are very correct. And there are no other melee enemies nearby. Please roll me some damage.
It's just a D4, is it D6? I can never remember these things.
It's a D6.
Sweet.
In its normal form. Yeah, it's a D6.
D6 plus 2 because of my strength. And that's 3 damage.
Oh, okay. That's fine. He takes the hit. You falls into the water. Varin is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, kind of easily move through the water. He doesn't seem to struggle from that. And is he going to do that? Yeah, he is. He's going to supplement it with a Heaven's Leap. He's going to burn a point. And Storble, Varin is now next to you. looking at you, and he's kind of dripping, soaking wet, but he is now standing on land. You've got him out of the water. Fantastic. Zaro.
Okay. Target Baron. Whistle to Jess. Go for attack. Jess goes for attack on Baron.
Just going for Baron. Okay.
Hopefully from behind.
Okay, he gets a +1 to hit. That's fine. Can you please roll to hit for Jask?
It's 3. He rolls. He cooked dice. He rolls an 18.
Rolls an 18.
That's what 18.
Fantastic. Can you roll me some damage, please?
That's a 5. 8 damage. 8.
8 damage. Okay.
And it casts.
Yeah, it does. He's going to burn a point. Storble, you take 8 points of damage, and I need you to roll a luck willpower save.
Oh!
I knew there was a reason I was using monks in a fight in an encounter.
I rolled a natural 1, so I passed this.
Okay,
save.
fantastic. Your luck is reduced by 1. You feel the naturalistic aura of Jask's bite spread through your body, and then you suddenly snap out of it. But you feel very confused by that. Zaro, it is your turn, so your companion has acted.
So how much damage was that? Was it 8?
8 hit points of damage.
Sorry. And then I'm going to activate Dark Blade.
With the sword or with the bow, or what are we
Arrows.
using? Arrows. Okay, roll a DDM check as you fire. Your DDM is increased by 1 as
Is
you
that
activate
2?
the ability.
It's at 2 right now
Okay.
because of earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, because of earlier. So, okay.
Okay, that's a 3.
Your DDM increases to 3.
Increased to 3.
Fantastic.
And I take a shot at Monk 1.
Monk 1. Roll to hit, please.
Yes. Okay. So, humanoid creatures, I get a +2, right? Because my.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. This is a humanoid. Absolutely.
Okay, that is a 14 plus 7. That is a 21.
21 will hit. Absolutely.
Okay, that's a
And this is a
8 plus 5.
8 plus 5.
Yeah, I'll roll it now. That's a 4 plus 9 damage.
9 hit points of damage. Okay.
Yes.
This monk kind of turns to look and almost kind of moves to catch it. You fired a magic projectile. Goes straight through his hand, sticks into him, and then dissipates into nothingness as the shadow reforms at you as you prepare another attack.
Yes.
And the monk's kind of
Awesome.
surprised by what has just happened to him, which means Varin is going to. It's not his turn. He's just going to get 1. He's going to roll a 24 to hit Storm.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. He's going to do 6 hit points of damage
Okay.
with a punch, which moves it to Tennyson. Tennyson sees Storble is taking a direct attack. And oh, can he do that? He is going to. Okay. Tennyson channels golden energy. His eyes shimmer. And Storble, across you, there is a thin, faint gold aura. Tennyson has given you a shield spell.
Cool.
With that, we move to the next round. Can everyone roll initiative, please?
2.
Fantastic.
5, great success.
Excellent.
6,
Foul.
great success.
Okay.
14 fail.
Okay. Storble.
Total fail.
Okay. 3 great successes. Fail. Okay, not too bad. Dristan, I'm going to start with you because you've been splashed in the water. I need you to roll a dexterity sailing check at disadvantage because you focused on the...
Is this for me to keep my head above water?
No. This is for you to resist the current.
Okay, fair enough.
Strength, no?
Yeah, I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity sailing.
Dexterity sailing. Well, I don't have sailing, so it's just.
Oh, but you can move. You took the water one.
Yep.
It's not a disadvantage. It's a straight roll. Just roll a dexterity check.
Cool. That's a 10. That's a pass. That's a success.
Fantastic. So as you kind of go under the water, you are in one of your elements. What are we doing?
Cool. That lasts for 10 hours, by the way.
No, it's permanent. That's a permanent passive ability. You don't need to roll a spell to do it. You for yourself permanently have it. It's you only cast the spell when you're giving it to others as well.
Right.
So you
Didn't catch
can
that.
breathe underwater. You can move underwater as though you were on land. You have 30 feet of movement and an action.
Wow. I totally forgot about that.
He switched his druid ability to a pretty correct one.
I'm gonna try something sneaky here.
Okay.
I want to go to the rock where Monk 3 is,
Yep.
and
Onto the rock.
just next to the rock. It's gonna be sort of like
Okay.
it's gonna be a major exploit.
Major exploit. Okay.
So I'm not familiar with the dagger.
Okay.
I'm familiar with a short sword.
Okay.
I want to drag this guy into the water, pull a short sword out of the stone, and slit his throat.
Ooh.
And I can tell you that it does not exceed your hit dice. You may use a major exploit to instantly kill or incapacitate. First, I need you to roll to hit. You have a. You're attacking. He failed. You are attacking with surprise. You have advantage to hit.
Ooh.
He is not seeing this coming. The last he saw is you were being drowned.
This one's a 17. Second one's a 20.
A natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me, please. Just a straight luck check.
That's a 9. That's a pass.
Your luck is reduced by 1. Tristan, as you splash up out of the water, Monk 3 kind of turns and begins to move in response. You have none of it. Your hand, still partially stone from deflecting the attack earlier, grabs his throat, pulls it. The rest of you just see Tristan splash out of the water, grab a monk, pull down, and then the river starts running red. That's all you see. Monk 3 is never heard from again. Which moves to Varin. Varin is going to attack Storble because he failed his check. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Is it actually his turn?
No, it's an off-turn attack, so it's just the
Okay.
one attack.
Oh, yeah, I still couldn't even stop it. Okay, it's fine.
Are you taking the hit? You have a shield.
Oh, is that just any?
That can negate one directional attack.
Yeah, sure.
And it increases your armor class by 1 while it's active.
Oh. Okay, I'll use Foreboding Dirge then on Baron and
Does that knock it below a hit?
Yeah.
He punches at you and you say, what do you say to him?
I drink water for breakfast.
He kind of swings like, what? It's like, that's so cool.
That was great.
That's so good. That's so good. Great successes. I believe Zaro and Ilander.
Yeah. Jas is gonna turn around to Monk 1. Go for Monk 1.
Okay. Fantastic. Monk 1. Okay. Please roll to hit.
Rolled a 18 plus 3, 21.
Jask, this is, yeah?
Yeah, Jas.
Okay. 21. And roll me some damage, please.
Damage is 9. 9 damage.
Fantastic.
Max damage.
Storble, how much HP have you got?
I have 13 hits left.
13 hits. Okay, you've just taken 9 hit points of damage. Unless armor class 21?
With the shield, it's armor class 20.
Okay, well, Jask is going for you. You could foreboding dirge Jask if you have the points.
Is it a physical hit?
It is a physical. You're being bitten by a fey hound.
A lot of damage.
9 points of damage.
I'll use Kinesis Field on it instead.
Oh, that's so cool. What does it look like as you trigger Kinesis Field, Storble?
Eyes got bright purple. Oh.
You guys have not seen this, but there is a shimmer across Storble as it seems a serpentine lineage has awakened and his eyes turn into slits in much a similar way that you have seen happen with Tennyson. And Sarah, you watch as Monk 1 redirects the attack from Jask to Storble. and Jasky rolls to slow motion in midair as Storble kind of waves past him, and he kind of lands on the ground, looks at you, Storble, and kind of shakes his head as though he's brushing off the residual psionic energy, kind of scratches his ear a little bit and is not comfortable as having been first manipulated and then psionicked. Zara, you do have an attack.
Yeah.
But you've burnt through. Okay.
On Monk 1.
Fantastic roll to hit.
That's 18 again. Plus that's 25 to hit.
Wow. That hits, by the way.
Okay, can I use... I want... Check. I was gonna say use a sharpshooter.
Yeah, you can. Roll a perception check.
That's a 20, that's a foul.
Oh, okay. So just roll me some damage then, please. D8 plus your modifiers.
10 damage.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, he's badly staggered. Again, this time, you rolled a 20 on a perception check. The rest of you, though, he doesn't even seem to attempt to block it this time. He seems to just have to take the hit. Which means we move to Varin for a quick single punch on Storble.
Oh.
So as an off-turn action, it's not.
No.
That is going to be a 23 to hit Storble.
Question.
How much damage?
Question.
Yep,
Can
yep.
I perform an exploit to run up behind him and rip Storble away and get in front and take the hit?
You can perform a rescue, absolutely. First of all, though, to answer Storble's question, that's 8 points of damage.
No, never mind.
Okay, I'll use the shield for that one.
Well, no, here's the thing, Illander, because Storble can choose to negate it after knowing the damage. That's why I was telling him. But if you want to attempt to rescue, you can absolutely attempt to rescue. What I would need first is a dex check.
Yeah, can I still attack? As in, like, sort of get in between and push him out of the way?
You have Skirmisher. Yeah, it depends. If you pull it off, yes, you have Skirmisher.
Cool. Dex,
So
yeah?
First, it's a straight dex check.
Yeah, that's a 5. That's a great
Fantastic.
success.
Now, as you're kind of combining a rescue and a bit of a cheeky breaky attack, you're going to also need to roll a luck dexterity check.
Yeah. So I've got to roll 17. The 12. We're good.
Your luck is reduced by 1. Yeah, he's got cultist and its dexterity, and his base is 12.
Cultist.
Yeah. Cultist, you get +1 luck at level 2.
Oh, that's really good.
It's really good.
Nice.
Please roll to hit, Illander.
17. So that's a crit for me.
7. Absolutely, it is a crit. And you find, as you attack Varin, he does not redirect the attack. Please,
Finally.
give me some crit
Finally.
damage, Illander. You've burnt through his
Finally.
defenses. Give me some beautiful crit damage.
Oh, that's beautiful. So I rolled a 3, because I get advantage
Yep.
on damage. I rolled a 3 and an 8.
Okay, so roll the 8 again. It's 8, 16.
Plus 4.
Did you roll the 8 again with advantage? Okay, 8, 16, 24. Roll a d8 again with advantage. This is a magic rabbit steel weapon.
6.
6. So 8, 16, 24, 30. 30 points of damage plus your modifiers.
35, right?
Plus 4, plus 1. So it's 35, isn't it?
He has gone from looking absolutely fit as a fiddle to he's staggered. Not badly staggered, but he's staggered within one swift. And you see, like, as this happens, what does your blade look like as it cleaves Illander under the aura of the Dark Star?
So yeah, so I was about to say the blade almost goes black, and the only thing that can be seen is the writing, and I just like shout out of anger and frustration and feeling like I've hurt my friend. I just shout,
I am the Dark Star. You will not run away from me. Fantastic.
That's
The
it.
hit, Varen takes the hit hard, and you have pulled Storble with you via your movement. As it stands to do this, you're currently on the ground as well, is the only thing. You are not ending your turn in the air because you've done that, but that's mitified. That's
you actually moved him. Oh.
yes, it was a rescue. He performed a rescue,
I
and
thought
he
he
had
was switching
skirmisher.
places with him.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that's the way I've got it. The way it works. That's kind of how it.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Would have to happen.
That's cool. That's cool.
As long as he's not directly able to be attacked, then yeah.
No, absolutely. So, because you pulled off quite a few things, I allowed you to play it as a rescue. I am going to throw that as your turn there, Ilandur.
Yeah, cool.
Because there's quite a bit there. Which means Varen and Monk 1 are there. Varen still has to go for Storble because Varen has a thing. Varen is very angry and he's under the influence. He just goes straight for Storble, and it's now his turn. So he is going to roll a 20 to hit, dirty 20.
That is on my AC.
Okay, and a dirty 20.
That is also on my AC.
16 hit points of damage across 2 attacks.
Okay.
Well, can you not burn your thingy
Yeah.
to keep you up?
Can I burn my the shield that Tennyson gave me on one of them?
Yep.
And then my actual shield on the other one.
So, okay, so the first one bounces off gold energy that explodes and shatters into shards in front of you. The second punch, you raise your shield. What shield do you have? What kind of shield do you have?
It was just like the basic one I could.
So
Just like a
basic, you hold a
one I
shield.
found.
A fist appears through the shield as bits of wood and metal splinter and shatter. The fist opens and pulls back, and the shield is torn from you. It splinters on the ground. He has demolished that shield. He's torn it to shreds.
I just got that. Phew.
You, what have you done to me? I'm going to kill you. Any successes? Normal successes? No. If there are no normal successes, Monk 1's going to assist Varen and is going to roll to hit. That is a 8 to hit. That's not going to hit Ravik. And Monk 2 is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use a leap and is going to roll a 21 to hit. 30, 21. Ravik. On Ravik, yep.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah.
That is 6 hit points of damage, Ravik. As you get a fist clock you in the side of the jaw.
All right.
All right. With that, we now move to normal failure. Was you, Ravik, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move diagonally down to the left.
You're going to take 1 attack of opportunity from Monk 1.
That's fine.
Okay. That is a 19.
That hits.
You are on a natural 19.
Oh, a natural 19.
On a natural 19, you take 2 hit points of damage, and I need a strength check. I need you to beat a 4.
I'll do my best. No.
Okay. So as you begin to move,
can I reroll?
you are you in a form where you have athletics?
No.
What did
I
you roll?
don't have athletics anyway.
Did you roll close to a 4?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I rolled a 50, which is in fact a fail.
Okay. In that case, in that instance, you have tried to move. You are now grappled. Sorry about that. You're now grappled by Monk 1. Oh man, I really love monks. I'm going to be playing these guys more often. They're little nightmares. They're horrible.
Everyone moved out of that perfect diagonal line, and now
It was like
Monks are awesome.
monks are
Splash
really
was ineffective.
Splash was on the Oh, I'm so sorry, Ravik. Dristan,
well, in that case,
go on,
no.
Ravik.
Does my turn end? Or do I still get to do something?
Well, no. So your movement hasn't worked. You are grappled unless you can
Well,
give
can
me
I-
specifically what you're going
Can
to
I
do.
not still cast a spell?
Not as you've taken damage. That interrupts spell casting.
Right.
So there's
Okay.
and also
Can I use my action to break the grapple then? I'm not using that
that
one.
was the strength. In the current situation, no. I would allow it if something significantly changes to swing things in your favor. If you drop owl form,
I'll switch to normal form then.
absolutely. If you drop owl form, I'll let you have a reroll, another contested check. You need to beat an 11. Oh, well, you probably don't. You just need to roll close to an 11.
Yeah, I rolled a 3.
Okay, fantastic. So as he grabs you and pulls you back, you shift from this sleek, lithe, kind of thoughtful owl form, and you inflate and burst free. And I will allow you to at least get to that. I will let you burst free to that point without triggering a second attack of opportunity, which means we bring it all the way back round to who was the total fail? Was it Tristan?
That was the total fail.
Storble. What do you got for me?
Oh, not sure. Can I use Cry Havoc on myself? Or does it have to be someone else?
Cry Havoc.
It's a cultist.
Indeed.
Nice allies.
Right.
Okay. If I take the I can't think what's called, like the defend action.
Actually, that's a really good point. Sorry, Ravik, you took your action. Varin, before it swings round to you, Storble, as you're beginning to do this, Varin is going to take an off-turn attack and roll a 25 to hit. And he's going to deal 10 hit points of damage. I do apologize for that. It is now your turn, Storble. You can continue that action.
Okay, I'll take 10.
Okay. It's so jammy to have a class where you can choose when to take damage from me or not.
Okay, yeah, if I take the defend action, does that last?
Yeah, so it gives disadvantage on any attacks against you until your next round.
Until my next round. Okay. Okay, I'll use that then.
Okay, so you're playing a total
Keep it
defense.
simple.
That's absolutely fine, which means Varin still got to attack you. You've taken the defense action. He's going to have disadvantage to attack. That's a natural 20 and a 23. So he doesn't get the nat 20. With disadvantage, he doesn't get a nat 20.
Oh. Okay. How much damage?
4.
Oh, I've only got 3 hits. Okay, I'll use. What else have I got? I'll use Kinesis Field again then.
Okay, so as you watch, Varin. Does Kinesis Field trigger a check or is it just an automatic?
It is a check, yeah.
Oh, I should have done that earlier. I do apologize.
I did succeed on it. I did roll.
Oh, you succeeded on it. Oh, okay, it's you. Fine. So as you kind of see this fist coming towards your face, it slows down and stops inches from your nose, which brings it all the way back round to Tennyson. He's going to look at the situation. And he is going. What's he going to do? He's going to move. Okay, there are Ravik's going to get caught in this. It must be a luck con. Ravik, I need a luck constitution check from you, please. So Baron first. Fail. Monk. Fail. Okay. I need a luck constitution, please, Ravik.
That is just a success.
Fantastic. That's fine. Your luck is reduced by 1. You feel a wave of lethargy just kind of sweep over you, but you power through. You see that Varin, Monk 1 and Monk 2 all seem to shudder and recoil at this wave of tiring energy, and they seem to be significantly slowed. Please, this is a new round. Everyone roll initiative.
2, great success.
11, success.
I think, in fact, Tennyson's going to go here as well. He's going to get right into
Just
it.
a success.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just a foul.
Great successes first, please. Any? Did anyone get a great success?
Yeah.
Dristan, it's you, and then it's Varin.
Right, I'm gonna get up on the rock.
Okay.
I'm then going to summon an earth sphere.
Okay, so the sword in your the sword kind of molds, and now it is a floating group of stones above you. Yep.
And I'm launching it at Baron.
Roll. Okay, you made that. Roll to hit, please. You have a just roll to hit.
That's a natural 19.
That's exactly what you needed, isn't it? Oh no.
That is exactly what I needed.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so roll me some damage, please, Tristan. First of all.
Right, let's see. It's just 2d6 plus
2d6 plus your willpower modifier.
d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Okay. And that's 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage.
And
okay.
he's tripped.
And he's tripped. Varin gets smashed in the leg and goes down, and he's slowed, which means he's going to roll for his off-turn attack. He succeeds. He uses his off-turn action to stand back up. He uses it. Oh no, he doesn't have an off-turn action. He uses his action to stand back up because he is slowed.
You're not dying doable today.
I will allow that.
Thank you, Tristan.
Any successes? Normal successes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. You may coordinate.
I've got an idea for an exploit.
Grab it,
I
go
would
for
like
it.
to use marital heritage as well.
Marital heritage, fantastic.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Marital heritage.
It's martial heritage.
Martial heritage.
But I miss
That makes a lot more sense.
I misread it every time. And it's become a thing. But anyway, I'm going to take out the chain battle axe now.
Okay.
And I want to... I want to rev it up. I want to jam it into Monk 2. I want to lift him with it and smack it into Baron. So,
Baron is
Try and-
massively staggered.
Yeah.
Gonna go for Monk 2. Roll to hit, please.
Okay.
He doesn't have, you've moved, okay.
Oh. Is that plus? Yeah. Okay, so that's a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. Monk 2 is going to burn a point of formless water and is going to increase his AC for that response. As you swing, it's a response. So he kind of shimmers, and as it goes through, it kind of apparates, and you kind of see water forming, and the blade's wet, but he's in one piece, and it's a little bit strange how that worked. It's monk stuff, which means...
What did that bring his AC to, sorry?
That actually brought his AC to 17.
Can I use Surviving Dirge? On both him and Varin.
Does that, hang on, if you use
I mean, it's not a roll.
That's not how, no, it's not a
Yeah.
roll. That's not a roll.
Go and
That's just
carry
an
it, sorry,
ability. Yeah, it's just a response. Yeah, that's not a roll. But Varin still needs to roll something. Varin's going to be okay rolling it. The monk is, monk doesn't even need to roll it. Why am I rolling for the monk? Varin is kind of lethargic, but he manages to power through for an off-turn attack. I hope you're ready for this, Storball. That's a total of 13 to hit.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a good thing it was a disadvantage, because otherwise it could have been a 24. But yeah, that was excellent. Well done.
Can I attack him?
You may attack. Illander. Do it. He is fully flanked, so you get a +1 to hit as you are in the melee.
Don't need it. I rolled a 1 and a natural 20.
Oh! Yeah, I don't even need you to roll. What happens to Varin, Illander?
I think I just look round and go, no, you will not take these people. Not today. Not today. And then he swings his thing and slices the head off of this guy. And yeah, like you said, like black smoke is just pouring out the blade.
Fantastic.
Not black, yeah. You know what I mean? Black light.
We were going full dark saber. No worries.
Yes, that is exactly what we're doing.
Fail and a fail. So Storble and Ravik. Storble, can you roll me an attack of opportunity, please?
Of course. That's
And
a
Rabbit.
3.
Can you roll an attack of opportunity, please?
So 15 again.
Monk 1 and Monk 2 see Varin go down and go for the water.
Why not get an attack of
Can I try
opportunity? Since
Why
my
would
orb
you-
is within 30 feet.
No, not an attack of opportunity. Zaro,
I was, yeah.
you were next, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, these guys, 5 to 15, they're probably about there. These guys are moving fast through the water, okay?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Shooting at Monk 1.
Monk 1, yeah?
Hang on. Sorry to interrupt, but hasn't Formless Water worn out since it's the start of his turn?
Yeah, I asked you to roll a...
So didn't a 15 hit?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you say 50. Yes, wrong. Okay, he's triggered another... That's fine. I wanted to know whether you hit. They are both...
okay.
I'll tell you now, give you some meta. They're both out of everything. Just roll me some damage. Roll to hit.
Okay.
They're running. They're out. They've used everything
Monk
they got.
one,
They're swimming away.
I rolled a 12 plus 7. That's 19.
Fantastic. Dirty 19. I don't even need you to roll. Monk 1 is taken
Yeah.
out for the count. These guys are dashing. They should
And-
be kind of
and I
like up
used
here.
Opportunist on Monk 2. Is that cool, yeah?
Roll to hit.
That's 20. That is...
Hey.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Zaro, every time you fire your bow, you roll in DDM, please.
Yeah, let me just roll it.
So that's two. This is 2 rolls
That's
at
9
DDM.
and 8.
Okay, fantastic. And that 20. What is your critical damage?
Critical damage is 11.
Are you sure with the +2 for the shadow arrows?
Oh no, sorry, yeah, 13.
13. He's staggered.
Ah.
He's swimming away quickly. Who else had a go this turn?
I had a foul.
Storble. Monk 2 is swimming away as fast as he can. He's badly injured and there is blood seeping into the water, but he is moving very quickly.
The only thing I think I can actually do is use jeering buffoonery again on him to make him attack me.
It's a big
That is
risk.
brilliant. That is brilliant.
Oh wait, one sec. I can use it to like anyone I want. I'm gonna make
Use it on
him
me.
attack. Yeah.
I'm not taking any damage.
Does he get a roll? Does he get a save?
I get a charisma check. on
You
this.
have a charisma check.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's an 11. So that's a success. Come and pick a fight with this cylinder, dude.
It's got wings and a dark sword.
Yeah, he's just kind of full angel of vengeance here, kind of with the large white wing, dark blade. Tennyson is also there. And he moves forward. You can see energy begin to apparate in his hands. He sees what you do and then dissipates it, steps back. We move to a new round because we're keeping this guy in the fight. Please everyone roll initiative.
That one.
Quick success.
It's a 7, so it's a great success.
Small success.
Dristan on a nat 1. Monk 2 is swimming back to shore. He kind of gets like 5 feet back. He's swimming back.
The bunch of rocks that I threw at Baron all come together and then slams down into the water onto the monk.
Roll to hit.
The 13. I add my willpower to this, don't I?
So it's yeah,
That's a 16.
16 will hit. Roll me some damage.
2d6 plus
What I want you to do is I want you to get your damage Okay. I want you to put it in the chat. Okay.
Oh, I love this part.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Roll me, and then I will hit enter at the same time.
I need to
okay?
activate this thing again.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so put the amount of damage you've got in the chat, yeah?
Yep.
On the count of 3, we hit enter. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. In that case, the rock slams down, but it is not enough to finish the monk. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, the monk wouldn't move yet. Any other successes, great successes?
Great success.
Zaro,
Yes, more success.
As it comes back, just finishing. I'm gonna roll DDM first. Just
roll DDM, yep, against a 3.
that's 11.
Okay, roll to hit.
What's hit? That is that's a 4 plus. Yeah, that's like 11 to hit. So.
11 will not hit. The shadow arrow smokes into the water. Success. Storball, you rolled a success?
Yep.
Did you take the unarmed combat? The improvised weapon?
Yes.
Because you can like pick up rocks.
That's a good point, yeah.
Just chuck them.
Chuck a rock.
Sure, I'll pick up closest rock and just
The
chuck it at
remains
him.
of the remains of the shield. The
You need
remains of the shield.
you pick up the remains of the shield. You just get what's left of the shield and just
The
lob it.
splinters, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can grab the shield, move as close as you need to be. I think that's 45, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, you can absolutely do it. Roll me to hit Storval. You lob the shield at a monk in the water.
Because it's throwing, is that strength and dex?
I will allow it strength and dex as a thrown weapon.
Okay. That's a 16 total then.
A 16 total will not miss. So please.
What size are we talking? D4, D6?
What's your modifiers? I don't even think you need to roll. That's 2 hit points he has left.
Oh yeah, I mean my
so-
strength is, or dex plus 3 if it's a dex.
What happens to this monk as you lob this shield?
His head goes through the hole in the shield, just like comedic style, and then he like floats away.
He just floats. He's just kind of like cartoon violence, where he's not, is he dead? We don't know. He's deceased. He floats away. Fantastic, Dristan. You're standing in the middle of the water, on the rock rather. The rest of you are on the shore. The riverway has been cleared, and you are left with just you watching the water coursing westwards towards the sea. What would you like to do?
Does the water calm down?
Take a short rest.
Short rest.
You may all take a short rest, absolutely, for sure.
I'll take a look at the bodies.
They're all in the water, aren't they?
No, there are 2. There's one
two
on
on
land.
land.
Just Varin.
Oh,
The one on land. Yeah, Varin
Oh,
is on
yeah.
land. Varin is on
Yeah.
land. The others all floated away, but Varin is there.
I'll
Grab
take
it.
a look at Varen then.
Please roll. In fact, no, you're searching the body. He's got robes, otherwise very little, except for a single piece of parchment that you
Okay.
can see. And it kind of it's folded up, and it seems to be immaculately dry, despite the fact that he's been soaking for the better part of however long. And it has brief descriptions of each of you, along with money. And it seems that he said it was 500 a head. It looks like they're offering 250 a head. So he was looking to extort you. And the authorization, the signature, the bottom, the chicken scratch text is written in scorn.
Oh,
Basically,
really?
this is authorized by
By who?
Carton.
By who?
It is authorized by Karsten.
Carsten. Right.
Yeah, if we the beautiful face there, not that he's here.
Okay then. Interesting.
Oh, if you guys are rolling for your HP, add a D4 because I found a healer's kit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've got one as well. I'm with you.
Nice.
It's
Yeah,
still
it's
just one extra D4 for healing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you sure?
Yep.
Everybody's checking
Well-
each other for wounds.
That is very nice.
I didn't take damage.
As well. How much are you missing, Storable?
After all that, I'm missing only 8 left.
I'm going to cast.
First spell of the session.
The first cleric spell of the session.
First cleric spell of the session.
Cultist spell.
Well, technically, magic weapon.
Oh, that's true. Actually, that's true.
How much are you missing?
8.
You can heal 7.
Oh,
Can I give the help action?
yeah.
No. But that's fine. As you are kind of sitting and recovering, Ravik, you see that Karsten has authorized bounties on all of you, which not only means that the Scorn are in cahoots with at least some of the more devious monks, but also that Karsten is indeed still alive.
Yeah.
Also, what I'm going to do is, I assume it's the nicest looking shield that I could find.
Sure.
Basically, I've gone posh. No mechanics at all in it.
Absolutely.
But it's like probably got, the hammer and the snake sort of
Sure, it's
engraved upon
yeah,
it.
one of the
It's a fine
ceremonial
looking
guards, and you got a nice looking shield. Absolutely.
I walk up to Storval and I say, due to our last battle, I feel like you could make more use of this than I can.
Oh, I would greatly appreciate it.
I just sort of put it in front of him.
This looks nice, this one. Where did you find it? I found a rubbish wooden one.
Storble, you're not even entirely sure if what you found was a shield. With 3 intelligence, you found the top of a bar stool, just strapped it to your arm.
That makes total sense.
It really does.
This one has straps that are already built in. You don't have to use rope on this one.
Wow. I should have looked a bit better.
Yes, I just feel like you would be of more use of it.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'll definitely put it to good use. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
And
As you do.
Tristan, I have to apologize. He caught me off balance, and well, it seems that my skill was no match for his. I'm sorry that I attacked you to start.
Well, it's what can be expected. This order isn't what I thought it to be.
Huh. Well, no.
Well,
I'm full of cats, apparently.
honestly,
Ravik, there is one other thing actually. Can you please roll just roll me a d20. And it would be you, yeah.
Okay. That's a 3.
Fantastic. The location that is indicated on that parchment to you reads to be brought to the Black Cask.
Okay. All right.
Who is it who wrote this? Sorry.
Well, it was authorized. It was authorized by Karsten.
It was authorized by Karsten, yeah, but there's a bounty for all our heads, authorized by that Scorn that was in, at the ceremony.
Yeah.
Asked us to be brought to the Black Cask.
As you say this, the rest of you you hear him say Black Cask, and for a second you and then it suddenly means nothing again. In fact, you're pretty sure Ravik just said the tavern.
Does anyone else need healing?
No, I'm back to full. Thank you.
I'm only missing 4.
I mean, it could be the difference between.
Could be.
Yeah, go on.
So,
You're back to full.
over
Appreciate
the
you.
course over the next little while. Is there anything you'd like to be sorting out or conversing as you continue? You can cross the river, that's fine. You've got Dristan, you've got Illander. Crossing the river isn't an issue between all of you. I'm not going to make you roll that. The stones seem to still be in place.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Dristan, do you think with your druidic abilities, you could remove these stones from the river? It was clearly done by these, late members of your order, because, the vessel we saw under the bridge must have passed through here. Is there anything you can do about it?
If this leads out to sea, has anybody seen our ship come this way already?
I've not seen it since the day we left.
Right.
A very good thought, Ravik, actually. Because if it is still to come, then, well, obviously we'd have to wait. Well, we don't. Obviously we'd have to dislodge these so that the ship could make its way to the city.
I mean, if we really,
But there's still the
consider the
bridge.
situation, although we don't know all the details yet, perhaps it's best that they don't come to Danander with what's waiting for them.
But what if they're already in Danander and they want to get out?
Yeah, well, that's also possible.
Depends if we're heading there now, or if we're heading there, we might see them. But if they're not there, they obviously haven't made it yet.
I want to take out a coin, and I want to flick it and catch it.
Okay.
What side does it land on?
Inside out.
Roll a D100.
$94.
24.
94.
94. Tails.
Thanks. Right. I'll see what I can do, and I want to try and remove the rocks.
Okay. Is there any specific method that you would like to employ, or are you just going for it?
Sort of like knocking them back and pushing them down.
Roll me a willpower wilderness law check.
Yes. Advantage. That's a cool guy. 2.
Your DDM increases by 1, Dristan. And you watch, all of you, as he moves into the water and seems to stand at the bottom. And as the water powers past him, Dristan begins to sway and flow. And the rocks seem, of their own accord, to be triggered by some kind of interaction and lower straight down into what seem to be predisposed sections in the bed of the river.
Brilliant. That was nicely done, Tristan.
Wrong way. Thank you.
Have we crossed the river at this point?
At this point, you're on the south side of the river.
No, I just get rid of the stepping stones, and now we can cross.
Okay. Well, if they need to pass this way, then they can.
Now, as you continue east, you detour slightly south to avoid the bridge. But
As well, I'm every now and again flying up to sort of get a lay of the land, see
you're
whether-
flying up.
every now and again, stealthily as I can.
Roll a d20.
Is that stealth?
At this point, it's just a d20.
Okay. 8.
Okay. Okay, so intermittently you're flying up. You manage to maintain a level of discretion, and before long, a familiar sight to some of you, a new sight to others. You begin to approach. The bridge is just past the west section here. You begin approaching from the south. You've wandered a little bit out into the desert. Tristan's kind of led you on the way. He knows these lands very well. And this is kind of like a dry grass into arid sand, savanna-like area. And you begin to approach Dananda or Danandur.
Is there a massive drill outside that's drilled into?
Danandur is not Ba Sing Se. But as you
drill in Dananda.
There are no scorn in the black cask. But as you continue heading north, I think. Is there anything in particular you'd like to be doing?
What are there walls?
As you approach the city?
Do the gates look? Oh,
well.
Sorry.
And, you would notice this quite quickly. There are no gates.
Oh.
As you walk, I mean, you're looking all the way along. There are towers and there are walls, but there are no gates.
Distance.
So, quickly.
What are we getting?
I'm very sorry. I was thinking it. I just didn't get to say it.
Go on. What?
Basically, I just wanted to rob what's his name of his outer garments, because essentially I want to try and fashion something that looks to hide my wings if needed.
Roll me a passive luck check. Just roll below your luck. Just to see what you're able.
That's a 19.
So in the moment and with the movement and Ravik finding the paper and kind of everything going so quickly, you are approaching. You do currently have wings on your back, and you are kind of at the edge of a city.
Well, once they do, indoor, one by one, take us up the wall to a quiet spot, get us over it, and we'll try and find some other.
I mean, we could do that.
Oh, are we infiltrating the city via?
But I'm not particularly strong.
So how long would the trip have been?
It would have been only a few hours.
Can you estimate how much? Because I've got a spell that could still be going.
4 hours.
4 hours. Great. I've got 6 hours left.
Of water breathing.
Of shield.
What?
It either lasts until the time runs out, or a certain spell attacks it. It's powerful.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Soft lock. Pause. You're using the arcane aegis?
Yeah.
No, arcane aegis is until 2d6 hours or until expended. If the caster uses the shield's ability to negate a physical attack, it ends. It ended as soon as Ilinda attacked you.
Okay.
Because if you negate an attack with it, then it ends.
I thought it was only negated with Lash of Veneering Pain.
No, that is the other instance where it is negated. It is the only spell that blocks Lash of Unerring Pain. Okay, slightly different. But yeah, so you obviously can't see the entirety of this map, but you do see a long wall with absence of gates. Dristan, you were raised in this city. Storble, you've been here before. In Danandur, you enter unequivocally by water transport.
Okay, so are there guards up on the walls?
Roll me a perception check, please, Ilinda.
That's a natural 6.
Intermittently, yes. You do see that occasionally there are guards running patrols. in as much as you would expect any city to have a number of guardsmen watching border. Watching the,
Do I think I can fly up?
You absolutely think you can fly up.
How tall are these walls as well?
About 40 feet.
Okay. So, plan, guys. I fly up, tie up a rope. You guys climb up.
Yeah, we could do that.
How about Jask?
How big is the dog? Do I think I could lift it?
I mean, we're talking like German shepherds. You could probably.
Quite big.
He is quite big.
Yeah.
Another thing we should probably think about is where's our destination when we get to the city? It's the docks, right?
Yeah.
So why not just go straight to the water and then to the normal way?
Well, I mean, where's the fun in that?
But there's not the guarantee of the end.
Your destination might be the docks, but I'm going to my order. I'm going to my.
Well, not just
Sure,
that.
I
We
mean-
don't know how the docks are. We don't know what kind of stipulations they have. Whether there's.
Well, Tristan's from here. What kind of stipulations do they have at the docks?
It's relatively laissez-faire. The thing that kind of gets your attention is not whether standard dock security is going to catch you, but the fact you've got a document in the hands of monks that has a bounty, the scope of
this is
which
true.
is unrealized.
This is true.
It could have just been that little enclave of monks, the water monks, or, I mean, you don't know the scope of that particular
Getting in unseen will be
I'd say that's best.
better.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
So, can I try flying up with Jask and rope? Who has rope?
I have rope 50 foot.
I also have rope.
I also.
Beautiful.
We've got plenty of room.
We've got plenty of.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Illander, as you fly up, this is going to be a dexterity stealth check at disadvantage.
That's fine.
I was going to say do the rope first without Jask, but okay.
So, yeah. So with disadvantage, oh, that's not as good. I rolled a 9 and 11, but it becomes a 10.
Okay.
So it's a 10 at disadvantage.
You fly to the top. You see, people kind of walk to and fro. It takes you a second, and you kind of get a pang of, oh boy. At least some, if not all, that the guards don't look to be heavily armored brute infantry type guards. They look to be very kind of desert clothing, light robes type guards. And as you see the monks kind of walk around and watch and observe, you clock that, but you are at the top of the wall, and it does seem that you at least have a moment of time by yourself.
Cool. So, is it thingied? You know, where you have
crenellated,
yeah,
with kind of like turrets and towers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are large circular towers every so often along the wall.
Yeah. So, but with the thing, is there any way that I can? Is there any way that I can tie it on the wall around itself?
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. You can tie it to the wall and then hang it down for sure.
So I'm going to try and do that.
Roll me a d20. This is going to be a sleight of hand check, dexterity sleight of hand.
That's a natural 2.
Fantastic, excellent.
Which becomes a 1.
Excellent. Who is climbing first? Zaro, please roll a d20.
I put thingy on the thing. Jask is like on the thing.
Okay. Fantastic. You've got Jask up there with you. That's not a problem.
He does have detection as his.
Excellent. So Jask is keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Zaro, please roll a d20.
What is it? Athletics.
No, I just need a d20.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1.
That's a 4.
Okay. Fantastic.
Why not roll a 1?
Don't roll a 1.
4.
Who is next?
And then Tristan.
Tristan? Can't hear you there.
3.
Okay. Okay. Who's next?
You and me, Starbull. You and me.
I'll go then.
You roll a 1.
An 11.
That's technically 2 ones.
Okay.
It's better than 1.
Ravik.
You're right. It's like 2.
I've switched to tiger form, by the way.
Okay.
D20, yeah?
Yep.
So 2.
Why are we getting so close?
Which rope did you use?
Linda.
Did you use your rope, Ravik, or did you just
Huh?
use the other rope?
Oh,
Well, it
okay, sorry.
depends.
So,
I mean, I think Zaro offered his rope up first, so I would have just let him use Zaro's rope.
as you reach the top, Ravik, you pull the rope up and you kind of clamber up to the top. You turn to kind of collect the rope, and as you begin, you turn to collect it, the knot just comes loose and comes undone as you are standing there, and you just pull on the rope one last time. With that last tug, the knot gave way. Tristan.
What happened to Tennyson?
Oh yeah, where's Tennyson? Is he not with us? Did he not climb up it?
Tennyson was Tennyson was last, and the rope just went untied. But
Oh.
before we retie the rope, that's what I was checking. Tristan, you hear someone actually call out as you kind of climb. Maybe it's because you're home. Maybe it's because there's a few different things going on, but you don't necessarily feel like being as sneaky as the others. So a figure turns around and calls her, "Ah, hail! Who goes there?" He kind of looks. You're one of us. Where are you based? Who are you, monk? Meanwhile, the rest of you are kind of hiding, but like you're somewhat stealth behind crenellations and matriculations and all of that. While kind of Tristan is the deer in headlights, the rest of you don't seem to have been spotted yet.
Okay, well, I walk forward to him like, hi, I'm Stephen, Stephen Jarrow.
Stephen Jarrow.
Yes.
Oh, right. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Jarrow. I'm afraid you can't be up here on the walls. What's going on here anyway?
Sorry. I've always admired the view.
It is a beautiful view, looking out into the desert, for sure. You're going to have to, go down unless you've got business here, monk. You should probably be staying within the confines of the monastery.
Yes. Sorry, I've seemed to have lost my way. Do you mind showing me the way down?
Roll a charisma check.
It's an 8. That's a success.
He rolled a 10. He looks at you and acquiesces. Oh, no problem. And you see Tristan begins to descend steps from the wall with what seems to be if Tristan's like a monk, this is a superior kind of guard monk. It seems to be everyone here are monks. They're all monks, but they're different tiers of monks. It seems to be a very kind of monastic society. And as you're kind of sorting that out with the rest of you with the rope, you see kind of looking one way or another with a few deft movements. You see Tennyson seem to shift slightly. And in the space of a few seconds, you could swear he slithered up that wall, but you're not entirely sure. And in the next moment, he is next to you.
Magic.
And as Tristan heads towards the monastery and the rest of you are currently hiding, inauspiciously having entered the city of Danandur, we're going to leave that there for the moment. And we're going to get into the city next week.
No.
There you go. Thank you very much for playing. Thank you very much. Should you watch this, shill, buy the book, enjoy the stream, and we will leave you there. Thank you very much.